Hi and welcome back. In this video we're going to be constructing our menu. It's going to be really straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to give the user some choices to make. And I'm going to paste in here what exactly the choice is going to be. So let's say the user has these choices. They can enter one of the following. The character B to look at 5-star books, the best books. C to look at the 5 cheapest books or the 10 cheapest books. N to just get the next available book on the collection. Let's say the catalog here instead. And they can type Q to exit. And then they're going to enter their choice. So you know exactly how to do this now. You have all the tools you need. This one here has not been implemented for you, how to get the next available book on the catalog, but I'm sure that you can use generators to do this. So give it a go. Try to implement this menu yourself. Allow the user to get cheapest books, 5-star books, the next book, and also run that on a loop so that they can always exit the application. I hope you managed. Let's get started on creating our menu. So down here, I'm going to create our menu property here. And I'm going to say user input is input of user choice. While the user input is not Q, we're going to run our menu. So we're going to say if user input is equal to B, we're going to print the best books. If the user input is equal to C, we're going to print the cheapest books. If the user input is equal to N, we're going to somehow get the next book. We're going to implement that in a moment. Else, we're going to print, please choose a valid command. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. And finally, we're going to, once again, give them the choice to give us another thing that they want to do. Then at the very end, we're going to run the menu. Let's implement the getNextBook function. All that we have to do in order to get the next book is create a generator on the books. And then getNextBook can just print out the next of that. That is how simple it can be using generators. You don't have to worry about, what was the last book you looked at or keeping an index or something of how many books you've gone through. No. Just create a generator for the list. Very efficient because it doesn't actually do anything until you start getting the next book. So it doesn't take up any memory or not a lot of memory. It's not completely free, but it's essentially free. It doesn't take up any processing power. Every time you press next, it just gives you the next book in that generator. It doesn't actually go through the entire list or anything like that. So that's a great way of setting up this, getting the next of something. Okay, let's run it and see what happens. I get to enter one of the following. Let's type B. And then I see sort of the best books in here. 5-star books, 4-star books. It's pretty awesome. Maybe I want to buy one of these. C, you can look at the cheapest books just in case you're wanting to spend a little less money on a book. And some of them are not so good, but others are pretty good. So maybe you can find something good there. And if you just want to go through the books, just press N. And then you get, 1, A Light in the Attic. N again, Tipping the Velvet. It's not a very good one. Soumission. I guess that's French, or maybe it's some sort of weird submission thing. That's also not very good. And that's it. Now, you cannot go back on the catalog. I'll leave that to you to implement. But this is how you can see the different things that are in the catalog. I guess you could go back just by scrolling up. So that works too. Then you can press Q to terminate. Okay, so there are a few more improvements we're going to make on this project. The first improvement we're going to make is we are going to scrape all of the pages in the catalog, not just one. That way we're going to get a much larger collection. So we're going to look at how to scrape multiple pages, how to go through the different pages of this site. And we can also add logging, just so it's a bit easier to spot when things go wrong and also what's going on in the program. I'd encourage you to try to do these two, particularly the logging, because we've already looked at logging. It's quite simple. All you have to do is, import login, set up the logger, and start logging in different places. I'd encourage you to do that and try to set up the looking at different pages if you can, but if not, just wait and we will do it here. For the logging, one of the most important things about logging and why I'm recommending that you do it is deciding where to log and what to log. Okay, because you can log at every line and that's going to make your code look really ugly. Or you can log too little and then you're not going to get enough information. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Try to implement the logging yourself, then we'll go back in the video and do it here, just so you can see how much I would log and where I would log. That's it for this video though, so I'll see you on the next one.